Living in America right now feels like a punishment. You wake up already behind, you go to work just to stay broke, and you watch the cost of everything rise while your paycheck doesn't move an inch.
I am extremely stressed out. I don't come on here and cry and do all of that. But what the fuck? I work 5 to 6 days out of the week, and I only barely have enough money to pay my bills.
Well, I'm on my way to the food bank. I go once every 2 weeks because I can't afford groceries.
We all know it's becoming increasingly hard to sustain your lifestyle in this economy. And we can see by the film clips that people are not really doing okay. And we have a lot of these videos online, and we are going to be reacting to them today. And let's get into it.
It just makes me sad because I give myself a very strict $250 to buy groceries and whatever else that I want / need. And sometimes that's literally just not enough. Like $250 every 2 weeks is just, it's quite simply just not enough, especially in this economy, this joke ass economy. I literally can't buy anything. And so it makes me sad because I could literally drop $500 every paycheck on something so easy, but I can't. But I physically make the money to be able to do that, but I don't have the money to do it, if that makes sense, you know? And so it just makes me sad because I'm like, I work so hard and I make a decent amount of money and it doesn't show because past me spent so much of that damn money. So now current me is paying off what I spent past me. So I have to just, I have to reframe and think about it that way of like, okay, well, you did buy all your shit. You did buy all that stuff. You spent all that money. Now you're just paying for it now, I need to be more responsible. I'm getting there. I am much more responsible now, but it's still a work in progress.
And this is a sad case for a lot of people in this current economy because, yeah, you do make $1,000 every week and you could afford anything you want, technically. But because of buy now, pay later, you are going to be held back to a T because you have to pay what you owe, That's why I hate using buy now, pay later methods because it's literally going to keep you stuck or even having a lot of debt. It's really sad. Now, a lot of people make a decent amount weekly or bi-weekly, and they can't even spend that money because the bills already piled up waiting for you. So you got rent waiting for you. You got all your debt waiting for you, and you literally can't buy anything because everything is coming. 300 going here, 300 going there. What you got left? At the end of each paycheck, you got what, $100 left to yourself. You can't even spend that because you got more. You gotta have a emergency fund, and there's a regular thing going on. A lot of people want to buy now, pay later. It's the biggest trap I ever seen in my life that people don't notice. Buy now, pay later. I'm not a big fan of it, and also, in her case, is mostly that. But yeah, let's watch this next one, which is more kind of emotional.
Well, I'm on my way to the food bank. I go once every 2 weeks because I can't afford groceries. I mean, I have a decent job. I actually do, but I cannot afford groceries. And it's not depending on the number of kids I have or how much my rent is. Literally, inflation is awful right now. I cannot afford to live. And I know I'm not the only one who's struggling with this.
What really baffles me in these situations is that people really do be having some decent jobs. A lot of people have some really good jobs and still can't afford to live. And it's not surprising because a lot of people hold debt. You know what I'm saying? It's typical of the American society to have debt. That's kind of normal. Everybody has debt. It's not a flex, but it's just a fact. And even going to a food bank, I have seen a lot of food banks over here that are now limiting the amount of items that are given out because of freaking inflation. I don't want to get into politics. It's not really my area of commentary, but it's really insane that people can't afford stuff with really good jobs because of, other things they have to cover. Really sad out here, man. And this is emotional because she's going to a food bank, and I really feel for her. She does not seem like a person that has a really bad spending habits. It's just a person that literally can't afford stuff due to high inflation. And I will repeat it again. I don't want to get in anything in regards to politics. That's not my realm. And let's watch the next video.
Really have enough money to pay my bills. Somebody's gonna get on here and say, oh, well, be lucky you have a job, bro. Working a job, going to a job, getting up every morning, every night, whatever time you go, and having to give your all or do your best at this fucking job just for them not to compensate you enough money for you to live your life and pay your bills, it's actually really fucking setting me. I feel like I'm missing out on living life because I have to pay my bills and go to work every fucking day. Such a tiring process. I could see if I was lazy, I wasn't getting up and I wasn't getting it, but it's like, bruh, how fucking hard do I have to work in order to fucking survive, bro? How? Once I pay my rent and my phone bill, my light bill, that's it. And then the next paycheck, because mind you, bi-weekly, you only get paid 2 times out of the month. So one paycheck goes directly towards bills. And then that other paycheck, I have to set bills. I have to set money aside for the next set of bills that are coming up. I can't get ahead. I can't. I know somebody's going to say, you've got it better than somebody else. Bro, that's not the fucking point. Just because I have it better than somebody else doesn't mean that I'm not fucking struggling over here. For real, for real.
And I completely agree with her that on certain terms. It's really hard. Jobs can really be really draining and really, really, really tiring. And people, and there are people who have to work this physically demanding jobs where you have to be standing for a freaking 80 hours. You know, have to lift over 45 pounds. God knows how many pounds you're lifting out in a day. And I could relate to her because I used to work in a warehouse and I used to put up a lot of hours, but it was draining. It was so draining. It's so physically taxing. And I completely agree with her that when it comes to these bills, you have to really put them aside, you know, and you were basically left with nothing. Really sad scenario and really exhausting because you're going to ask yourself, why am I working so much if I'm not getting anything back towards the end of the end of the marathon? I always have to restart over and over. Really draining situation. And it's really a valid breakdown that she's having. And a lot of people, they just don't show it. But behind doors, a lot of people are struggling. I know a lot of people who are struggling in the same scenario. And yeah.
And if it makes you feel any better, know that you're not alone. If you're going through it, know we are as a collective. Because I just scrolled down my For You page on TikTok and it seems like everybody's going through it. Like, no one can afford shit. Like, if you couldn't pay your bills this month, just know you're not the only one. And what are we going to do about it? I'm not really sure. But it should bring you some comfort to know you're literally not the only one struggling. And it's going to be okay. And, you know, we'll figure it out. Again, I don't know how, but at least you're not alone. That makes me feel better.
Yo, this is not laziness. This is the economy falling apart. A record 25 million adults live with their parents, and roughly 70% of them ages 25 to 34 are employed full time. So that whole they just don't want to work argument is dead. People are working. People have jobs, some got degrees, some work full-time, a lot work overtime. And they still can't afford rent, a car note, groceries, and basic everyday life necessities.
People wonder why things are so high and really can't afford nothing. Based on this TikToks I just played, it's because everything is up 3%. Like, food is up 3%, shelter is up 3%. Mortgage rates have been sitting around like 6.5%, 7%, and home prices are dramatically higher than they were years ago, and everything is just getting higher, and that is really what's holding people back on certain things too. If you want to know, American households, that has reached to about $20 trillion. put that into perspective. $20 trillion. That's coming from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and mortgage, car loans, credit card, student loans, payments stacked on top of payments. And that's why we have somebody making over like 60,000, 80,000, even 100 grand a year, and still tell you, I don't feel rich, because we are subconsciously drowning in debt, and we never know. And because income is only half of the equation, what actually matters is how much purchasing power that incomes give you after housing, food, transportation, sharing, and utilities. And overall, that's all I have to break down. It really boils down to how much inflation is going up, how much exporting and importing goods are going up, tariffs and stuff. But that's more of political stuff going on. And I'm going to end the video by saying, if you like the video, please like, comment, and share, subscribe. And any suggestions on what to react next, please leave in the comments. And I'll see you next time.